Welcome back, guys, to Trails into Reverie, where last episode, fighting through the tunnel to the upper section of the mine's mountain path, Lloyd and Noel's journey continued towards the mining village as the EDF managed to catch up with our duo, leading to the Red Reaper Randy to charge forth and lend a hand. Having touched base with our missing SSS member alongside Machias and Toa in the CGF holdout, and learning that Miriel had been seriously injured during the Re-Independence Day, needing surgical treatment, the mirror reacted once again to send us into our third Act 4.
This is Arya Shrine, then?
That's right. We came here during the Civil War 2 years ago, too.
The disturbance in the spirit veins has made it manifest once more. It's how we were able to swoop in and save the day.
It does seem like we'll be able to use parallel teleportation to go to Crossbell from here.
I see. Then we would request your aid, so we can finally bring this madness to an end.
Then it shall be given.
Sounds like the rest of our number have reached the other shrines. We're good to go at any time.
Thinking about it, this will be the first time both Class 7s have come together since Prince Olivert's wedding.
Yeah. Not the most festive of circumstances, but it sounds like we'll be needing all the help we can get. Ever since the Supreme Leader made his move, this land has been engulfed in chaos. The people of Zemuria aren't going to know peace until he's well and truly deposed. So let's go to Crossbell, where we'll end this once and for all.
O wayfarers, shadowlings from realms fantastic, deliver us to the land of Terra Illusions!
The previous day, haha. Boy, moving on too fast. It took over half a day for the Republican army to get the situation at their base under control and come to Nord's aid. They claimed to have no idea why their tanks and airships had started acting on their own. They were also clearly finding it hard to believe that all of the weapons slated to be destroyed could have just disappeared. We owe you our deepest thanks for helping to avoid the worst case scenario here. I'll admit I never thought the day would come when I would feel gratitude towards the Ashen Chevalier. We're just glad that we were able to prevent a third party from igniting the flames of war all over again. A third party, indeed. Understood. Our unit will be here shortly, it seems. We anticipate it will take several days to remove all of our weapons from the Highlands, but it should prove doable. Until that is complete, our army shall not interfere with one another in this region. Is this acceptable to you? Yes. We'll do all we can to make sure discussions between our governments go smoothly too. I certainly hope you succeed. Phew. I'm glad we could convince them to give us the benefit of the doubt. They clearly suspect Erebonian involvement, but can't dismiss the idea that this really was the United Nations work either. Especially since they must know as well as we do that physically moving that many weapons in such a short time wouldn't be easy. I imagine they are still having trouble believing that His Highness, the Prince, was abducted too. I'm not surprised. I'm still having a hard time processing what happened. We were directly involved. The sudden appearance of that white divine knight turned the situation in the Highlands on its head. In the end, it disappeared before anything could be ascertained about its origin or objectives. During the chaos, the devices in the watchtower and on the giant statue, as well as the robotic Arios, vanished without a trace. This left us without so much as a single clue to work with. The Courageous 2 and Merkaba were also heavily damaged. Fortunately, there were no injuries among the crews of both ships, but it was clear neither would fly again anytime soon. Furthermore, we still had no idea where the sonorous seashell was, and as a result, remained unable to use the Round of 7. The United Nation also continued to block all communications, preventing us from learning about the situation there. Unfortunately, that left us in the dark as to the whereabouts and condition of Elisa, Machias, and Toa. The situation might have calmed, but we still haven't truly resolved anything. Your assistance would be a boon to us, not that I intend to sit on my hands either. I'll be thinking of a way forward. I will see that they reach the capital safely. I'll be counting on you to do what you can on your end. Got room for a +1? I was dreading having to explain my way through the checkpoint. There was still a lot we needed to do in order to quell the chaos, but it was clear that sitting idly by was not an option. We knew we all needed to come together and plan our next move as soon as possible. That night, in the settlement. You don't all need to stare at me like I'm gonna faint any moment. I'm fine now, honestly. The words "I'm fine" carry little weight coming from you. I couldn't agree more. We take our eyes off you for just a little while and look what happens. It makes me chuckle because it's really true. I really think that you're blowing what happened out of proportion. I only worry because we care, Rean. I'm genuinely grateful that you saved the lives of my family. I really am. But we want to know what happened to you too, so if you know, please tell us. Seeing your hair and one of your eyes change colour like that reminded me of half a year ago. It made me think of how you looked when the curse had almost taken you over. Sorry, I really didn't want to worry you, but I swear that there's nothing wrong with me. Can't sense any curse hanging over me now. We were able to confirm that from Erin that the Great Twilight is completely over, so it should be impossible for what happened to Rean to be connected to it in any way, but I'd like to believe that too, but what happened seems to be suggesting otherwise. The changes in your appearance are not the only unusual part of what happened either. You were able to summon a Panzer Soldat from far away, were you not? Yeah, how'd you even do that? It was one of the new ones from the branch campus hangar, right? Yeah, from the new generation developed by Makarov. They still haven't been formally deployed, but they're stronger than the current generation that's in use. A Tirthing S was specifically developed for Rean and tuned to him. That alone does not explain what happened. Right, it's not meant to be able to teleport or cut railway gun shells in half. You'd normally only expect that kind of power from Divine Knights. I think the whole thing was BS if it wasn't coming from you. Speaking of Knights, what's this about something that looked like one showing up? We were all wondering the same thing. Hopefully we will know more when Roselia and the others finish their investigation.
Ah, I see everyone is assembled already.
Have you managed to learn anything?
I most certainly did, but it was not easy.
I have a question for you, kiddo. Did you feel anything unusual other than the changes in your body when you saw that white contraption? Now that you mention it... What is it, instructor? Don't you dare try and keep any more secrets from us. I'm not going to. Just having trouble explaining what I felt in words. The second I saw it, all kinds of images and emotions came flooding into my head. All at once. I can't remember what specific images and emotions they were, though. Really? I believe it was some kind of resonance phenomenon. You and that 8th Divine Knight resonated with one another. Wait, Divine Knight? You were convinced that it truly stands among their number, then? What do you mean when you say they resonated? Now that you mention it, that thing did seem interested in Rean somehow. It appeared immediately after Rean used that strange power, too. Wait a second, none of this is making any sense. Yes, you know as well as we do that it can't be a genuine Divine Knight. Calm down, I know very well what you're saying. I know that there are only supposed to be 7 Divine Knights and that they have all vanished from this dimension. But the mana flowing throughout it and the marks it left in the spirit veins leave no room for doubt. We can hardly afford to ignore that coming from the Elder of the Kin of Fire. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Unfortunately, I haven't a clue what caused the resonance to happen. Perhaps it's because you were a former Awakener, or perhaps the cause lies elsewhere. But either way, this new Divine Knight will likely be our biggest clue yet in learning what we are facing. Since its existence is even more of an impossibility than the advanced technology we've seen and the changes in Rean's body. I'm still having trouble processing all of this, if I'm honest, but I think I at least see what we need to be doing. Yeah, better just do something than sit around worrying about it. We need to find the answers we seek, then bring all of this to an end. That is all there is to it. But grandmother, what brings you to Nord in the first place? We are fortunate that you were here, but I imagine your presence is no coincidence. Oh, I haven't explained yet, have I? I've been investigating something related to this case for a while now with a couple of helpers. I'll call them here now.
Celine, can you and Zeit come here for a moment? If you insist. So much for that saucer of milk I was savoring.
There'll be others. Still, I didn't know you were here in Nord.
And in human form.
Only because it's part of my training. I'm not in this form by choice. I would have thought she'd be used to it by now, but it seems not.
I believe this is our first time speaking like this, children of Erebonia.
Zeit! I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You must be the SSS's Divine Wolf. He really can talk, huh?
Thank you again for coming to our aid yesterday. We would have been in real trouble without you.
The SSS told us about you. How you're a holy beast charged with watching over a Septarian the way Roselia was.
That was once my duty, but I've since been relieved of it. Still, this continent is my home as much as it is yours. Thus, I have kept vigil over the land since the Great Twilight, particularly for distortions in the spirit veins.
I was under the impression that those distortions had disappeared after the Twilight met its end. They did, for a while. Some time ago, they returned once more. The reaction we sensed was strong enough to be called a singularity, but we were unable to piece together anything else. We've been combining our efforts to find out more ever since. And yesterday, it finally decided to step into the spotlight for us. In other words, the singularity you're talking about is that Divine Night.
Indeed. We hurried to the scene and even we were shocked by what we saw. Unfortunately, we aren't entirely sure where it is now, but after your encounter it appeared to set off in the direction of Crossbell.
All roads lead to Crossbell, it seems.
The distortion first appeared in Crossbell too.
Testimony from the 23rd Armored Division indicated that the vanished warships and railway guns were sent there too. That was also where the Supreme Leader first appeared to sow the seeds of a new war. I'm sure Lloyd and the others are doing their best over there, but they shouldn't need to face this alone. Yeah, I'm sure Elisa, Machias, and Toa would appreciate our help too. If we want to find out the truth and bring all of this to an end, I think we're going to have to go there ourselves. Count us in too. We can't turn a blind eye to this either. All of our work related to the coup d'etat and the abduction are now finished. Yep, now we can fully dedicate ourselves to this. We should finally be able to gather in one place.
I guess I could tag along.
Thanks everyone. Don't know what I'd do without you. This begs the question of how we're going to get into Crossbell though. True, the Emon Defense Force has the whole border fortified.
Won't be able to rely on my Merkabah, the Courageous 2 for a while either. But given the current situation, we may have another option. Indeed. The spirit vein stimulated, we should be able to open the spirit path.
I think that is our best option, though it won't be easy to use that method to travel all the way to Crossbell. Indeed, the veins aren't as active as they were during the Great Twilight, and there are rather a lot of us, but I think it will work if we teleport from different spirit shrines across the land. That'll take some groundwork to pull off, but I can help out with that.
Sounds like we have a plan.
We really are fortunate to have you all.
We will have preparations of our own to make, so how does departing tomorrow afternoon suit everyone?
If nothing else, we'll need to make our way to the nearest spirit shrine.
Alright, let's go with that.
I'll see everyone tomorrow in Crossbell.
And so we zoop indeed. It seems that Azure and Zero set a precedent for alternate things that is continuing. So we start Rean's Route Act 4, Zeroth Hour. Zeroth. It's a lot of guys.
I recognize this place. Yeah, the wetlands southeast of Crossbell City.
Kind of makes sense when you think about the areas we've been and the areas we haven't.
This is also where Leanne breathed her last half a year ago. I thought it would be a safe place to arrive given its distance from the city. I think that was an appropriate decision. Thanks for the help, Celine and Zeit. Think nothing of it. I didn't do much.
I was happy to help.
It's funny how nostalgic it feels to be back here. I haven't even been away for that long.
It's Crossbell. Of course you feel that way. Don't worry. I'm sure your family is fine.
And we're here to make sure it stays that way.
Thanks. Both of you. You're right.
I need to believe.
I'm surprised you were able to make it, Major. Finding and taking care of all Supreme Leader sympathizers in the army didn't sound like it would be an easy job.
Matthias Vander graciously agreed to take over the reins of that task. Generals Van Dyke, Zex Vander, and Craig are also taking direct roles in the effort. With the domestic situation in capable hands, I thought it best to focus on excising the problem at the root. And on a personal level, I want to know what Rufus is trying to achieve.
It's regretful that we're still none the wiser on that front.
The real Rufus said something about meeting next in Crossbell, didn't he?
He did. I'm sure we'll be meeting both the real and replica soon enough.
Hey, are you sure you're alright, Rean?
Yesterday must have put you through it, huh? Well, I'm not planning on pulling off anything like that again. So no reason for my family to get worked up.
Okay, as long as you understand. Zeno and Leo would hate it if something happened to you too. Don't forget that.
I don't know how they factor into this, but good to know.
Name dropping them always works wonders.
I don't care what you do, so long as you come back with some good samples for my research. Even the Society isn't capable of making those devices or humanoid weapons. Just hurry up and get my materials back.
You must really be frustrated by their absence to have agreed to come with us, Professor.
At least we don't need to worry about any tech issues with you around.
So what are you all planning on doing next?
If nothing else, I want to further investigate the spirit veins.
I think we need to start by getting a solid grasp of the situation here. Our final goal is to apprehend the Supreme Leader and liberate Crossbell. But we need to proceed with caution.
Right. We don't know what's lurking behind him and what the EDF is up to. We just have to play it by ear for now.
Especially since we can't use the round of 7. If we screw up, we can't exactly reach out for backup.
That's very true.
It really hurts to not be able to communicate freely.
Looks like I made the right move coming here after all.
Was that?
Lictor!
Hey there, how's it hanging, guys? Sounds like you ran into some kind of hell in Nord.
How that are you always one step ahead, Scarecrow? And how'd you even know we were here? Don't even try to say it was a hunch. He is the one person for whom I wouldn't rule that out. Just because we can't communicate with the outside doesn't mean there's no other way to find out what's going on. Guy could steal a transceiver from the EDF, for example. Oh, how cunning. I imagine that proved more difficult than you make it sound. Apart from that, I just know you guys. I figured you'd use that little hack of yours for getting around. Pair that with all the other intel I figured you had, and boom. The fact I came to Crossbell right before the ceremony was all instinct, though. I just figured something would happen. That intuition of yours truly is sharp. Who are you to talk about hacks and shit? Ugh. His acumen is impressive indeed. Wait, but if you've been in Crossbell this whole time... Yep, we've got notes to compare. Shall we? We would appreciate that. Hey, we're the side with the most info. I'm so glad that Elisa, Makis, and Toa are alright. Yeah, and Lloyd and the others too. Can't say I've seen every one of them with my own eyes, but they're a tough bunch. I'm sure they're all still playing their parts. It sounds as though the Ebon Defense Force are even more of a, well, forced to reckon with than we feared. Yeah, I really don't want to come up against those News Albert soldats. We don't have any soldats of our own, so we'll want to avoid a head-on conflict. Especially if they have so many of them. Just how long have they been preparing for this? Ain't that the question? Personally, I'm more concerned about where all those weapons that vanished from Nord ended up. We were under the impression that they had been sent to Crossbell. You say that doesn't match up with what you've learned? You sure it doesn't? Besides, where would you even hide that much stuff in a small place like Crossbell? That's true. Active camouflage alone can only get you so far. If you're saying the EDF never brought them up in all your time spying, that does suggest they really aren't here. Well, the only way to be sure is to check for ourselves. Either way, you know where the EDF is positioned now, at least. The only places I've confirmed they have a presence around here are Michelin and a small number of the roads. I'll leave it up to you guys how to use the intel I've given you. Thanks for sharing it with us. It'll be really helpful. I think our best course is to begin by splitting up into groups and gathering information. I'd like to start by learning more about the situation in Michelin, St. Ursula, and near the city. A prudent approach. Let's split it up into groups then.
Rean's group will be responsible for investigating the Michelin area. Select which members will accompany him. You can choose one of Rean's students. Only one? Oh, you're not actually giving me as much choice as that sounded like. I was like, okay, we're taking Emma. No, we're not. I say, so these are locked. Yeah, it sounded like it gave me way more choice. Okay, so Yuna's locked and is at level 104. That's kind of bad. Crow's in. So we've got a caster. We need another caster. So it's Muse or Altina. That's basically the options. Kurt's out. We might actually transfer some of Kurt's stuff to Fee then. Got Big Smash. Like the kind of hybrids, Rean and Crow, one caster. Yeah, it's the issue is we've got one caster. So it's just Altina or Muse. Neither of them has Art's power boost, do they? Does Muse have it? I can't remember. Okay, I'm gonna take Altina just so I don't have to hear "I love you" all the time. Yeah. That's my option. It's not because of scans. I just don't want to hear "I love you. I love you." But enough of that. Just wondering what the other one is we want to take here. I mean, Ebon Dragon is good. It just depends where the overlap is. Might have taken that from someone else after all. I love you. And apart from that, of course, then we need to get you geared. The new members. We need to hit the Reverie corridor to buy 3 whole new pieces of gear and upgrade their weaponry. I love you. And move on from that. Sorry, am I saying that too much now? It's irritating, isn't it? My god, you already started with so much evasion, now you're getting even more. Oh yeah, we need the coat. Oh, I think I've actually got a spare anyway. It is a defensive down, but if you're not getting hit, it's not too bad, right? So we just need to buy you the boots by the look of things. And then apart from that is the is that only equipment we're changing here, by the way? Not like my orbment stuff? Boo. Oh, there we go. I have to click that first. There we go. So you've got move free, rubbish. Beitu, rubbish. Poor Kurt. He thought he was so blessed. Game said no, you're being replaced now. Feel sorry for the kid. Breaker 3 and better. Petrify 4 would be good. Oh yeah, we need the rage. Tax crafts inflicts that down. So ideally we want Sirius as your second course. Seriously. I didn't mind that. Well, maybe keep on Zephyr. Rage. Could take Petrify 4 on this slot. Which is way more than the attack. Once upon a time, I had courts. But then I didn't have courts anymore. This is the first time I've actually transplanted someone's stuff onto someone else. Just a rare. What did I even remove then? Okay. That's not an ultra rare. So I put that there, and I put the shield breaker onto there. Don't need impede either.
That's its own line too. Poor kid just lost everything. Don't worry, maybe we'll get these courts again one day and you'll be sorted out forever. Beautiful. So yeah, 78% base evasion with the counter stuff that we do. Looking pretty good. Built. Then we need to sort out our casters, really. I wouldn't do the same to Ebba. Yeah, we're gonna need to equip you with a little bit extra. Got Zero Cannon SR. You got Magius boosts arts damage with fuller HP, and evades enemy art damage. Honestly, one of the ones that give you critical is usually better, it seems. Wow, critical damage increased by 90%. I guess Serious Kusanagi Rage would be amazing, like a good combo for like easy damage. I mean, you could take that, I guess. Depends. Does Magius get any... Oh, you're a pure guest character. Wait, you are or aren't you? I'm confused. The Master Course doesn't exist here. Maybe because I haven't actually got it yet. Okay, I'll sort you out when we start. Yeah. Guess this is our team then. I haven't been in Michelin since the send-off party 7 months ago. We all owe a great deal to Yuna's father for his help at that time, so I do hope he is in good health. I really hope we can make sure of that while we're there. I'm sure we can learn something. Try not to stress too much. Yeah, we'll find out what's going on.
Listen, Rean. I refuse to allow you to shoulder any more burdens alone. Not while I'm here. I've spent the past half year becoming stronger for your benefit. Rely on me, please. Without protest, without reservation.
I'm sorry for worrying you, Laura. I'll be sure to count on you. Battle or no battle.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Alright, we'll make our way to St. Ursula then. Not that the EDF aren't standing guard there, but be careful all the same. Should you find anything, inform us promptly. Make our way towards the city. I'm hoping we can find some way to get inside of it. Should we find any elements of resistance, we'll offer our support. We're counting on you. Let's do this thing, people. We shall accompany them part of the way. Yeah, there's a spirit vein I want to investigate in that direction. Oh, speaking of Michelin, there are distortions in the spirit veins over in that region too. Be careful. We will. Thanks for telling us. I'll be counting on you too, Celine. I know. If anything happens, I'll be sure to put the kibosh on it. Thanks, and sorry. I really hate to be such a source of worry for everyone. If anything, what happened to you is likely to be our biggest clue going forward. You needn't apologize. Fear not, we shall keep watch over him. Yes, we won't let him do himself any harm. You'd hardly believe he's the instructor here. Sucks to be popular, huh? There's clearly still a lot that we have to learn, but I'm sure we can find some way out of this if we work together. So let's make for Michelin. Count on you all. Right.
So it's back to the wetlands, huh? Reminds me of our encounter with the Steel Maiden.
We owe her so much. Truly.
I know this place is gloomy and all, but you don't need to make it gloomier with your attitudes.
Okay.
You're right. We'd best pick up our spirits and our pace to Michelin.
The accidental Rean sass during the middle of that dialogue. A tombstone. I imagine it was built on the late Lance Maiden. Most likely is the work of the Eisenritter. There are flowers too. I wonder if they were left by who I think they were. I wouldn't be surprised. No saying if we're going to run into them during this though. You might not want to be quite so trusting of that lot. Anyway, let's get moving. We don't have time to be dawdling here. Yeah, she's right. Anyway, we've got our party. Maybe now this shows up so I can see what it is. There we go. Increased arts damage up by up to 120%. Offensive arts deal critical damage 40% chance. We've already actually got a critical modifier on there. That's not too bad. Automatic recovery from KO. 1% HP, CP plus 90, 1 times per battle. So you need something that either adds really good extra stuff or... Yeah, EP recovery would be pretty good, actually. Chirrup would be pretty nice, I feel. Especially because it's leveled up a lot, so it already has Ixion Volt. So in time, we'll build this up into something a little bit nicer, is what I'd like to say. But that, again, just might take a fair bit of time to actually manage. Beard, thank you. 9,800 clips? Oh my god, you're getting there, aren't you? He's getting there. Right, I'll change the shield 2 out for a tier rule for the bigger bonus, and I'll change the tier rule to a... Water Bell makes a lot of sense. Yes, yes, yes. Shamoin, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow there. And apart from that, what else am I thinking? I think that should be okay. Got you there with Virgo to give you the critical that you're missing from your other stuff. You've got some quartz at the very least. I don't know if you've got an action free available. No. It's action better or, cast better. Who knows? You've got an Epoch Bell. EP Cut free we probably have available. And a Galleon Fort. Wouldn't be surprised if we have a better version of that. But we don't. We do not. That was not the follow as well. Oh, you follow with Prime. Sub for Prime as well. Thank you very much. Didn't even notice. Noticed one, didn't notice the other one for some reason. I guess I was deep in thought. So with Fee now in the group and Altina here to back up the lowest level one, Yuna's obviously getting some experience in the back lines here. We've got one last thing before we can actually continue. Now that we've had the setup for the obvious dungeon corridor type run for the start of this chapter, Randy, Toa, and Marcus will now assist you, and Lorfi and Celine will now assist. Oh. What sweet dream come true is this? Reunites Susu, my beloved Toa. Not to mention several other angelic maidens in the flock. Is this heaven? It's heaven, isn't it? You could tell me. We could change planes of reality, but you'll never change, Angie. Still, it's a relief to have you with us too. Let's fight together like the good old days. Obviously, I wouldn't want to miss the chance to impress you, my sweet. So this place is to provide us a training ground of sorts, and a rather valuable one from what I can gather. There's nothing like genuine trials to help one refine their skills, but that doesn't seem to be this place's only benefit. True, it also provides the opportunity to strengthen our teamwork together as well as each of our individual skills. I hope you're not thinking of counting me among that group. We are not teammates. But I may as well take the chance to grow stronger while I'm here, and you two Arsays will be assisting me. I'm sure the time spent together will be equally beneficial to myself. I hope to learn even more from you as well, Father. Gladly. Oh, coming here to get some gear. Oh, we didn't even have to come to the Reverie corridor to do it. There was a thing right in front of me, wasn't there? Oh well. That's a lot of people to upgrade. I'm going to run out of stuff.
Activating requisitions program.
Oh my god, I guess I should talk to everyone while we're here as well. That before, like, it maybe changes arrangements. There's so much to do. Starting new chapters. You'd never believe it, would you? Right, so. Your weapon. Your weapon. Your weapon. Your weapon. Oh my god, my U material. Hexen Bell 2. I've already got one of these, supposedly. Okay, that's not bad. Now we'll just have to buy all the gear.
Activating requisitions program.
I'll do the modifying of the ordnance in there. I'll just buy some gear first. Oh my god, there's no Michelin ticket. What's wrong with this? You know what? I'm gonna buy out all of this stuff to see if it ever blooming changes. I don't want it. I just want to see if it goes away and changes to something else. Something more nice. Be nice. Maybe I should just buy everything so it's bought, but then I won't have any money. So, we are looking to gear up the newest guys added to our thing, and we will use the power of money to do this. I think there should be enough to give everyone their stuff. The one that I maybe can't do is possibly feed? Depends on, like, the chest might have evade on it. Look at my money dwindling. It's terrible. Okay, yeah, you do not have evasion on your chest. It's, like, better in one way. I like the extra damage added in by just countering with rage, etc. I feel like it's my failure-proof way of just getting a free whack or 5 in. Especially when you've really got the evasion. After all, I'm never one to spend all my resources and just nuke to the high heavens, am I? As we saw on our McBurn encounter. Patient play.